Good evening, my dear students. Welcome to the online video class Political Science. So myself, Dr. Maitri Ramru. So in our previous class, we discussed about the various reasons of Indian national movement. So we have been discussing about the brief review of Indian national movement. So this is one of the sub-unit of the constitutional development of India. So here I was prepared a PPT for your convenience. So it gives a clear-cut understanding to you. So we are discussing about the constitutional development in India, which is the first unit. And we yesterday we discussed about the various reasons of Indian national movement. So various reasons for the Indian national movement. So there are various causes behind the Indian national movement, like British colonial rule, the Great Revolt, which is taken place in the 1857, the English education, the impact of newspapers, the social religious reforms, and acute economic situation, and the emergence of Indian National Congress. So these are the things we discussed in our previous class. So my dear students, to the continuation of our previous class. So today let us discuss about the various phases of Indian national movement. So there are various phases in Indian national movement. So according to the one of the historian Ramesh Chandra is one of the historian. So he was divided the Indian national movement into three phases. So the entire Indian national movement from 1885 to 1947, he was divided into three phases, such as moderate phase, extremist phase, and Gandhian phase. So here, these phases gives a clear-cut understanding about the Indian national movement. So my dear students, so let us discuss about the phases one by one. So let us start about the moderate phase. So the moderate phase is one of the most important and early phase of Indian national movement. So this phase is called as or considered as or described as the era of reforms. So because some of the reforms were brought by the Britishers with the initiation of the moderate leaders. So that is why it is called as the reforms phase. So there are some moderate leaders like Dadabhai Nauroji, W.C. Banerjee, Surendranath Banerjee, Gopalakrishna Gokhale, and others. So these are the eminent leaders of the moderate phase. So they were led the movement in a peaceful manner. So they designed reforms in a steady and slow methods. So they were completely or expressed the complete faith in the British liberal policies. So it seems that they are the they are the supporters of a British rule. If we want to say directly, they are the supporters of a British rule. They did not take initiative to any kind of repressive actions or arrogant actions. They did not claim any kind of the violent actions. They are only the supporters of the British rule. So that is why they considered that the Britishers are the real democrats and freedom lovers. They strongly believe the British policies and British rulers. So they followed peaceful methods like praying, petition, and protest. The protest in the form of the meditation, but they did not they did not show any kind of arrogance in front of the British in the process of leading the movements. So they always followed peaceful methods. So they wanted a liberalized Indian society by introducing certain reforms. So then only the India will be developed. So they are strongly believed in the reforms. So the reforms who will brought the reforms will brought by the Britishers. So it means they are strongly believed in the British and British administration. So they clubbed with patriotism and as well as loyalty to the Britishers. So they are completely not supported to the they are not completely supported to the Britishers, or they are not against the Indian patriotism. So they were one side they were shown a patriotism towards India, and at the same time they are shown loyalty to the British rule. So it means they are clubbed the both concepts, the patriotism and the loyalty. So patriotism towards India and loyalty towards the British rule. So that is why they are the best friends of Britishers or British rule. So with their initiation, the Indian Council Act 1892 and the Government of India Act 1909 was implemented by the British government. So these two acts were the results of the moderate initiation, moderate leaders initiation. So these are the friends of Britishers. We can say they are the famous leaders. So there may be very plenty of questions used to come in a comparative point of view from this question. Who are the eminent leaders of the moderate phase, and what is the period of moderate phase, and what is the method of moderate methods? So, oh, what kind of strategies they have followed? So, like this, there are a number of questions are comes from the moderate phase. So next, let us see about the extremist phase. So extremist phase is the second phase of Indian national movement. So the extremist phase is also considered as the militant nationalist movement or militant phase, because it is completely opposite to the moderate phase. It is completely against to the moderates and as well as their ideas, and it is completely opposite to the British rule. Whereas the moderates are supported to the British rule and uh, they are maintained a friendly manner with the Britishers. But whereas the extremist was very aggressive attitude, they strongly opposed the British rule and the partition of Bengal. So here there are eminent leaders in the extremist phase like Lala Lajpat Rai, Bala Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal. So generally we used to say that Bal, Lal, Pal. So Bal, Lal, Pal. So these are the eminent leaders who were led the extremist phase extremely in a arrogant or in a violent manners. So they did not request like moderates. They did not put petitions like moderates. They did not pray to the Britishers about their needs. So they strongly opposed the British, the violent policies. So that is why they strongly opposed the British rule in all aspects. So they were strongly opposed to the Bengal partition. The British were taking initiative to the partition of Bengal, the East Bengal and West Bengal. So that the Bengal division is created a kind of deviation among the unity of the Indians. So that is why they are completely opposed to the partition of Bengal. They considered that the methods of moderates did not yield any positive result. So that is why they are strongly opposed to the moderates and their methods. So according to the extremists, the moderate policies, the moderate leaders, the methods did not yield any kind of positive results. So it seems they are completely surrendered to the Britishers. So it seems the extremists strongly said that the moderates are surrendered to the Britishers, but that is why they are opposed the extremist, the moderate leaders. So the extremist leaders are advocated boycott the British goods, the British government schools, and British government colleges. So they propagated the native religion and cultural values. So here, the best example is the Bala Gangadhar Tilak was proposed the Ganesh celebrations. So the Ganesh celebration is one of the religion and cultural values. It propagated religion values and as well as the cultural values of Indians. So that is why all the Indians, irrespective of their caste, class, they are unite and came voluntarily to the Indian national movement. So the extremist leaders are adopted various kinds of methods like boycotting the British goods and boycotting the honorary titles and boycotting the legislative memberships, and they are patronizing the native goods and industries. So they are encouraging the native education and they are encouraged the passive resistance. So these kind of methods are followed by the extremists. So the extremist phase was led by the Lala Lajpat Rai, Bala Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal, and also Arvind Ghosh from 1906 to 1919. So it was stopped in 1919 because Bala Gangadhar Tilak was passed away in 1920. So then, when he was passed away in 1920, the entire Indian national movement was gone into the hands of Mahatma Gandhi. So from 1920s onwards, 1920s to up to the independence, 1947, the Indian national movement is under the control of Mahatma Gandhi. So that is why the third phase, Gandhian phase. So Gandhian phase is one of the most important phase. Almost all the activities are taken place in the Gandhian phase against the British rule with the thought of Gandhi, with the ideas of Gandhi. The Gandhi was followed various methods like non-violence and satyagraha. So these two weapons were led the Indian national movement in a peaceful manner against the British rule. So my dear students, this is about the two phases of Indian national movements. So in our next class, we will discuss about the Gandhian phase because Gandhian phase is one of the largest phase, approximately 20 means 20 to 47. So it is the 27 years of movement. So that is why it is one of the largest phase of Indian national movements. So in our next class, we will discuss about the Gandhian phase. So my dear students, take care. So I am concluding here. So in this chapter, we learned something about the moderate era or moderate phase and extremist phase, and who are the leaders of moderate and who are the leaders of extremist phase, and what are the methods of moderate leaders and what are the methods of extremist leaders. So these are the things we learn here. So there is a possibility to ask question, write about the moderate methods and write about the extremist methods, extremist leaders methods, and who are the extremist leaders, who are the moderate leaders. So like this, there are various kinds of issues used to come in these concepts, from these concepts. So bye my dear students, take care. I am winding the session. Bye.